From CNN, Americans cut back sharply on their spending last month amid tariffs. Americans slashed spending by 0.9% in May, the steepest drop since January, as tariff fears cooled a spring buying spree. Car sales tanked 3.5%, while gas stations and home improvement stores also saw sharp declines. Even dining out took a hit, with bar and restaurant spending down 0.9%, the first drop since February 2023. Economists warn this could signal a broader economic slowdown if consumer caution persists. From Fox News, Fetterman calls out fellow Democrats for crazy rhetoric criticism of D.C. military parade. Senator John Fetterman blasts progressive Democrats for booing him and criticizing a D.C. military parade celebrating 250 years of the U.S. Army. He called their Nazi comparisons crazy and defended the parade as a tribute to American soldiers, not an extreme act. Fetterman also stood firm on supporting Israel against Iran and deporting criminal illegal immigrants. Breaking ranks, he says he's unapologetically pro-Israel and pro-law enforcement. From ABC News, appeals court set to hold hearing over Trump National Guard deployment in California. A federal appeals court is reviewing Trump's deployment of California's National Guard to handle LA immigration protests. Governor Newsom won a temporary court order calling Trump's move illegal, but the Ninth Circuit paused it. The court, with two Trump-appointed judges, will decide if the president overstepped his authority. California claims Trump inflamed protests by sending 4,000 guardsmen and 700 Marines to LA. From USA Today, R. Kelly hospitalized after prison overdose. Alleged murder plot, lawyers say. R. Kelly's lawyers claim he overdosed on medication given by prison staff, landing him in a hospital. After being placed in solitary, Kelly allegedly received an overdose of anxiety meds, causing him to collapse. He was rushed to Duke University Hospital, but removed against medical advice for untreated blood clots. His team alleges a murder plot by prison officials and is pleading for a Trump pardon. From the Wall Street Journal, where Israel struck Iran's nuclear program, a visual breakdown. Israel struck Iran's key nuclear sites in Natanz and Isfahan, targeting underground enrichment facilities. 4 buildings, including a uranium conversion plant, were hit, potentially disrupting Iran's nuclear ambitions. The UN says Natanz's centrifuges may be destroyed, but Iran's Fordow site shows little damage. The fate of Iran's enriched uranium stockpile remains unclear, raising fears of a covert nuclear program. From the Federalists, riot-ravaged LA paid out $1.1 billion in overtime hours last year. Los Angeles paid $1.1 billion in overtime last year as riots and protests over immigration enforcement rocked the city. The LAPD alone spent $265.5 million on overtime, with $17 million tied to recent anti-ICE protests. Wildfires and staffing shortages worsened the crisis, leaving taxpayers with a massive bill. 5 city employees earned more in overtime than the U.S. president's salary, sparking outrage. And as always, thank you for the like, comment, and subscription.